All right, folks, joining me now, Robinhood Market CIO Stephanie Gilden. Stephanie, first I'm going to read a passage. This is from a book, Adam Ferguson, When Money Dies. As the old virtues of thrift, hard work, and honesty lose their appeal, everybody was out to get rich quickly, especially as speculation in currency or shares could probably yield greater returns than labor. And of course, this is about the Third Reich and what happened. And Germany, of course, had a massive economic slump. And the only reason I bring this up is obviously Robinhood's in the prediction markets and it's a growing part of your business. How do you deal with, the sort of the warnings out there that, hey, this is if it goes unchecked, a lot of people are going to get hurt?
I think, you go back to your comment or your quote that you just shared. There is a long time where people have been working and the most returns have come from actually investing. And so Robinhood being there and being available for people to invest and level up their wealth, I think is the most important thing for us.
So what you're saying is that this is actually sort of opposite of that. That was an economic slump and there was nowhere to go, but in the sense that people are working and not getting anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, the most wealth has come from corporate profits.
Right.
And the way to participate in that is to be invested.
Right.
And invest in what you know.
Yeah.
And so I do think like event contracts is also part of that. Being able to invest in things that you know, that you understand, and that, being able to level yourself up in general.
I mean, listen, and I started the show with a chart that shows since 2009, the market has gone straight up, even as earnings have gone down. So I always say, listen, to your point, there's an opportunity there. But are you concerned at all? I mean, do you put would you put a video out, don't bet what you can't lose, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, we have tons of education at Robinhood. I mean, we have a weekly show on Fridays where we talk about what's happened during the week and try to put education in context. We have tons of articles. We have Hood Summit every year where we bring people together with market experts talking about risk management and having the right mindset when you're investing.
The other big news this morning, the White House investing in quantum. So someone wrote this interesting article back on February 13th. Quantum leaping in the next era in technology. Oh, that was you.
That was me. Yeah, well, we noticed, so starting in September, actually, of 2024, we have something called the Robinhood Investor Index, how we track sort of what our customers are investing in month to month. And we saw those names starting to come into our index. And so, we started doing more work on them. And it actually seemed like something that was, to us, promising, albeit with risk, because these companies don't have net earnings, but they do have growing revenue. And I do think it is the next level. Also, the announcement today, to me, just keeps reinforcing one of our investment theses for Robinhood strategies, which is investing alongside fiscal policy.
Really? So you have to be pretty optimistic about next year because a lot of the fiscal policy kicks in from the one big beautiful bill, taxes, being able to write off. I started the show today. Alcoa, General Motors, two companies that say, listen, we've gotten hit by tariffs, but what's happening in the economy supersedes that.
The immediate expensing, I think, goes a ton of the way because there has been so much CapEx, and that that can continue to invest in our country.
What do you say to folks on the street who still believe that the retail investor is the dumb money?
I mean, they've been winning this year. But I actually think that that's not fair because, first of all, I don't like to call them retail investors. They're everyday investors, and they have access to information like no other generation has before, and they can actually implement those ideas. And I think sometimes you can be in a bubble if you're in financial services, and if you can kind of come in with a fresh perspective, it can actually help.
I'm a champion. I've been a champion for a long time. I agree. On the market, you came in this year looking at 6,500. You're at 7,000 now?
6,900 to 7,000. It feels a little bit of a stress from a valuation perspective because if you believe in 2027 earnings and 2026 earnings being double digits around the 13% mark and 20 to 21 times that, then you get to that
I think
number.
You're conservative with that 21 times, because we're 23 times now. I don't think that's going to change much, but we'll see.
Depends on interest rates, I think.
Okay, well, they're coming down.
On the long end, it's been a little
okay.
bit, kind of trading around the same area.
I want to say congratulations on Robinhood Strategies.
Yeah.
I think it's March you began?
March 26th.
You've got about 2,000 portfolios, $1 billion under management, a variety of portfolios. What was intriguing to me is the one GARP portfolio in the sense that you had defensive regional banks, farmers, short-term bonds, and because the Robinhood, when a lot of people, again, associate the everyday investor with Robinhood and gambling or excessive risk-taking. And here, you've got this portfolio that's saying, no, let's go into defensive. So you also are an advocate of balanced approach.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I always say that you want to have your kind of emergency money, right? If you're going to be an investor, your emergency cash, you want to have a diversified portfolio. And then you should also have some pot of your money once you kind of have enough to take risks, because that's how you actually level yourself up. But yes, we try to make money for our customers, but be consistent about it.
Right.
And yeah, we've been positioned, we actively manage our portfolios, and we started moving toward growth at the right price. That's what GARP means. In the kind of midsummer time, around early July, because we started finding really good opportunities that we felt were overlooked.
Before I let you go, you know, we're talking about where this country's going. I had a big special on robots, AI, and it's been suggested that people could actually trade for a living. Is that a valid position in your mind, or is it something that people may have no other alternative if AI is going to take all the jobs?
I don't know how AI comes into it. I think we still have to kind of see what happens. I think AI will make people's jobs better.
The notion that people can trade for a living?
We know people who do. They've saved enough money that now they're kind of managing their own portfolio, which is, I'd say, no different than family offices, just maybe on a smaller level.
Well, I can tell you, you're fantastic. I appreciate you coming in and spending time.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.